Alright, this is to extend articles already explained on the Pakistanis and mass immigration. Well, the Pakistanis know that King Jumbo once, he was a king and he was around during the 20s. He created the Roaring Twenties, was Jumbo's idea from Britain, and his family then created Churchill's. So Jumbo was the King of England, and he was married to Betty, who's my grandma, and she was a model and dancer, a great woman, and they are King and Queen. But then when Jumbo travelled to London, Jumbo was from Yorkshire, and when Jumbo travelled to London, he also engaged to a call girl from Hampstead, a high class call girl, not a cheap prostitute, but a high class call girl, and very successful. And so Jumbo got engaged to her, and now the Pakistanis know this, and now they're being brought in by the homosexual communities. No girls allowed. They're attacking Jumbo, and the gay community brought in the Pakistanis to then attack Jumbos and the King of England women and girls, calling them whores and raping them in something called sexual violence. So the Pakistanis are doing sexual violence, and it's homosexual sexual violence too. So there's a correction in exactly what they're doing. All right, so now Jumbo is under attack by the Pakistanis. They hate sex. All right, Pakistanis are what you call blacks, and the blacks are Africans. They don't have anything to do with porn or sex or call girls, and they should not be anywhere near a country that perfectly allows it, and especially equity for women, which is also included in Jumbo's world. He created the Roaring Twenties, and now he's under attack with mass immigration of Pakistanis that are then sex grooming the girls and sex attacking them in homosexual psychopathy. And thank God for Tommy Robinson, who speaks up for this terror, and alerts people, and brings people together to easily fight and counterattack, counterattack, and counterattack. So if you notice where the Pakistanis are, they're in Yorkshire. Well, that's where Jumbo's from. Alright, and they've been brought in to rape the women after calling them whores, and they've been brought in by the gay communities, the British gay communities, and the corner of the upper classes. Okay, they own McDonald's. They are all the pub landlords. Pub landlords are definitely involved in the sex grooming gangs in Pakistani communities. Alright, placed in to attack the King of England. The pub landlords are involved in that. All right, and there are also mass immigration of Africans, and also the hotel managers. They're also involved in that. The gay communities, gay bars, for instance, are also there at McDonald's. There's also gays, right? And they created mass immigration to kill Jumbo's world. There are no girls allowed type of gays. They're gay people that won't allow women equity or even to solicit for sex work. Gay communities created Jack the Ripper, and then they opened McDonald's soon afterwards. That's their company too. So the gay bars are attacking Jumbo, and all his girls, all the Queen's girls in England are under attack by the gay communities that are a No Girls Allowed group, and they hate Jumbo's woman called Ruth Ellis, who was the last woman to be hung in England. She's a famous woman. She was a call girl and also engaged to Jumbo, but Jumbo was also married to Betty, a model dancer. And what his intentions for England were very admirable, because we're suffering economic depression, especially after the war. And this is just part of his intentions to make England better, especially for the women, giving them equity. This also helping men out too with a better economy, right? So So if the enemy, the Pakistanis, are the enemy of Jumbo, well, if they can't enter Churchill's, the Pakistanis are attacking Churchill's family, which is Jumbo, and also Ruth Ellis. So if Pakistanis can't relate to Jumbo, well, then they should leave. Right? You're not here to take over. That's not going to work. You clearly don't concur to modern times, internationally speaking. That is, you don't work in India, you don't work in Russia, you won't work in Australia, it won't work in America. Everything you're doing is not working internationally. The Pakistanis, that is to delineate and halve women's rights and put them underground. That's why the last people that did that, you can call them crocodiles and chimpanzees. Very small population could never make it past the first few steps. All right, so uh, the Pakistanis are a doom group, and even for their own group, they serve no rights. Pakistani women are being delineated too, in the same way as also they're raping the British people, calling them whores, while they're also doing the same, but differently, to the Pakistani women, ruining their lives. And they plan to do all sorts of other things and ship them all out, and then for the blacks and Pakistanis to mix with the British after being enslaved. And because the Pakistanis are planning to bring the slave trade back. All right, so the Pakistanis and African men are planning to bring the slave trade back. All right, and in that slave trade will go Jamaicans, white people, Irish, everyone that they hate, and they're being victimized right now. Jumbo is under attack like you've never seen. So, as you can see with the Jumbo that created the Roaring Twenties, well, his intentions are not illegal. They're very good intentions, and he shouldn't be attacked like he is being. All right, and it's out of order because there's women's rights in the West, especially in England. We have women's rights, and in America, it was during the '60s, and now it's flourished, and this has really helped all types of areas like security, policing. And also alleviated the problems for victims. However, there's still domestic abuse and women's rights is still under attack, and we've still got a long way to go for the women, right? But now that's something that puts the West on the map, is that women are safe here. We have a system that doesn't target them or delineate their beauty or throw them in the bin or in any sort of way. However, that can't be said internationally. There are other places that do that. Right, so women's rights is important to our modern society. We wouldn't replace it. For instance, let's take women off the stages in Hollywood. How would that affect the viewers? Would they be watching these films if uh, the women were taken off the stages? Well, it wouldn't work. Right, so we believe that for society too in the West. Now the immigrants, they believe something completely different. They believe women to come off the stages and to be raped and kept in cages and bred to make a super black guy, right? That is good for anal sex for the homosexuals that have created the whole system. So all the gay communities have created mass immigration, and the Africans are the boyfriends of the gay communities, and then they're here to kill the British people and Americans, and they did the Southport murders, the Nottingham murders, and this is all organised by gay bars down in Soho, London. Right, the gay bars in Blackpool, gay bars in San Francisco, America, and Florida, all the gay bars everywhere. They're all working to attack Jumbo and kill Jumbo's women and kids. Right? And Southport Murderers is attacking Jumbo's women and kids, and also Ruth Ellis, because the gays are ardent. No girls allowed. No women's rights. They're going to be put in cages. Is what they want. As you can see, how they treat women with the Southport Murderers is the upper class organised right now, and they're attacking women and attacking Jumbo and the equity system that is putting the West on the map. Judy Garland and the Wizard of Oz, her story, it must not get attacked because it's not part of the West. You see, right? So the Pakistanis are brought in by the gay communities. Right? The gay communities are also lawyers and judges, and look at them attack Tommy Robinson. That's actually Pakistanis attacking Tommy Robinson when they put him in jail. It's Pakistanis that have put him in jail. Right, so when Tommy Robinson's people going to counterattack Pakistanis on your streets that are putting Tommy Robinson repeatedly in jail, they won't leave him alone with a list of fucking court cases against him from judges that have brought in these Pakistanis. Over and out. So I repeat, the gay communities are also lawyers and judges and doctors and GPs. And they are lawyers, mostly lawyers, right? And they brought in the Pakistanis, and then they are costing Tommy Robinson, a British guy, with tons of law cases against him. When he's completely innocent, he's just pro-British. The Law Society is a German witch group of gay people, and then they're Pakistanis. It's actually German witchery, and then that's also headed by Africa. South Africa and the Pakistanis are the Law Society, and then when a Tommy Robinson fans going to counterattack the Law Society, insulting Britain every single time they look at Tommy Robinson. Over and out.